Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of The Last Resort, the place where all 90-day relationships go to die. I always wonder what makes a couple qualified to appear on this show, because there's plenty from 90 Day Fiancé that could be here, but I don't want to question it too much because before we know it, they're going to throw Angela or Ed back on, and I don't think I could do it anymore. You know who else can't do it anymore? This little guy. Poor Gino. How exactly is this supposed to help their relationship? All they do is argue all day. Now you're going to have them argue all day, but in a desert?
That you were going to be an amazing husband, a father to my children, blah, blah, blah.
I have been amazing. You don't appreciate anything.
No, you brought me
That's
here.
the problem.
You are the biggest scammer in the world. You know, I'm going to do it all by myself.
What do you know? They're still arguing about all the same things. It's just the background has changed now. They're in a new arena. I'm glad that they have a new customizable background for their fights, though. That's cool. I'm happy for them. So anyway, when the episode begins, Rob and Sophie are like, you know, our shit is bad, but at least it's not as bad as Gino and Jasmine. And then Gino and Jasmine are like, you know, our relationship is pretty bad, but at least it's not as bad as Ari and Bini. And then Ari and Binyam are like, you know, our relationship is atrocious, but at least it's not as bad as Natalie and Josh's. And then Josh is like, you know, I wouldn't even call this a relationship. We've only known each other for 3 years. I'm still feeling things out, but you know, at least we're not Big Ed. And then Big Ed is like,
bad, but it's as bad as other people.
No, we're not the worst here.
oh, that's great. You guys aren't the worst at the 90-day last resort.
So is the one girl Stacy or is she Darcy?
No clue. So next, Natalie reiterates to Josh that she's looking to have a family, and he's like, whoa, hold on there, wait a minute. You're trying to rush everything here, plus you're only 40 years old. Aren't you a little young to be thinking about this? But seriously, if that's what she wants, what is she even doing with this guy? He already has kids, and he's afraid to even let her anywhere near his house. Imagine discussing having a family with someone who doesn't trust you to set foot in their house. Not only that, but we learned in the last episode that he won't even point in its general direction.
I obviously I want family.
You need a relationship first.
I always wanted family and relationship, and
We're rushing everything here.
Seriously, let's get to know each other for 10 more years. When you're 50,
you know,
maybe we'll consider it.
that's-
So next up is Brandon and Julia, and Brandon is upset because Julia didn't pack enough socks for him. Julia, how many socks did you pack for me? That's it? That's all the socks you packed for me? You're my wife. You won't even have sex with me? You won't even pack my socks?
How many socks did you pack for me?
I have no idea. Telling you pack your socks and panties.
Pack my own socks? Are you
I'm
nuts?
not your mother, and I still take care of you.
everything
I pack everything. Why you didn't pack your socks?
Wait a minute, so that's his excuse, is that she packed everything else? Julia, you packed everything. The least you could do is also pack my socks. Damn it, now I'm just sockless for the rest of the time. I'm sockless thanks to you, Julia. I'm gonna look like an idiot. Florian was calling me sockless Steve. Does he think my name is Steve? Julia, do I look more like a Steve than a Brandon? You can be honest. Damn it, Julia, where's my underwear? I don't have any underwear. What am I supposed to do? Damn it, Julia, where are all my shirts and pants? You're telling me I'm gonna be naked this whole time? Anyway, now one of the therapists is checking on Ari and Bini, who spent the night apart. Bini was all like, hey, I want my social media back. And Ari was like, hey, I want my marriage back. And then Bini's like, you know what? I don't need you as my social media manager. I can create a new TikTok. I can be famous in my own right.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Good morning.
Good morning. Do you want to grab Benny?
He is not here.
Okay, so is he able to come down here?
Yeah, that's not gonna work. He stayed up all night trying to master this new TikTok dance, and it's not looking good. I hate to say that at this point he cares more about TikTok than our marriage, but it's true.
In a perfect world, Benny could have come in and been like, you know, I'm sorry I hurt you, but the relationship at this point is broken, but, you know, broken things can be fixed.
Broken things, yes, but not things that have completely disintegrated or things that have evaporated into thin air. I could be wrong, but from what I've gathered, it seems that Bini would have very little interest in being here at all if it weren't for his A, social media, and B, the fact that they share children. I don't think he has any interest in her anymore. At the very least, he doesn't show it at all.
The main thing, just I need my rights like open. I want my social media. That's the beginning for me, like for step for next continuity.
I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't laugh because their marriage is falling apart, but she's here to fix everything, and he's just like, I want my social media, I want it now. I don't know the whole story behind that or why she has it, and I agree that it's kind of weird, but for that to be his main priority, that's like his main concern above saving their marriage, then he clearly does not care. It would be one thing if he brought up the social media after they discussed their marriage, but the fact that he just goes straight for that right away, pretty funny.
I've been Bini's manager for his career as a performer, but then I found out that he was cheating on me and I changed all his passwords. I was just angry with him, and I was sort of getting back at him.
All right, so this makes a lot more sense now. She was his actual social media manager, and then he cheated on her, so she changed all the passwords on him. If everything that she's saying is true, it sounds like Bini has been unfaithful, and he's very immature, and he has lied to her a lot, so I can understand why this would happen. I mean, he was kind of asking for this to happen, but if she really does want to move forward and repair the relationship, I'm not sure that this is something she can hold over his head. Whether he deserves it or not, it's definitely controlling. There's really no way around that. It seems like she kind of dangled this in front of him to get him to come to this last resort in the first place. The problem is, Bini clearly does not care at all, and I think all she wanted to hear was something resembling him saying, I'm sorry, but it was immediately about the social media, so I understand her frustration. However, I think it's clear to everyone but Ari that this relationship is completely hopeless. So next, everyone piles into a van to head out to the desert for their first activity, and Gino already looks like this. The poor little guy is already bummed out, and for some reason, Natalie is sitting next to him instead of Josh. So they all go out to the desert, and there's two people standing next to a pile of rocks, and it's like, okay, what are we gonna do here? Is it really a good idea to supply everyone on this show with heavy throwable rocks? And notice how Angela isn't here this time, because they wouldn't trust her with this, and Ed isn't here either. Not that Ed could lift the rock, but I'd be worried that Angela would lift Ed and hurl him down a mountain, kind of like the Trunchbull from Matilda.
And there's a huge pile of rocks, and I'm wondering, are we gonna throw these at each other, or?
You just read my mind.
You see what I mean?
Welcome back, everyone. I hope everybody had a good night. Got some sleep?
I guarantee you every one of them had a terrible night and got no sleep.
I want you guys to really think about an issue within the relationship. I'm gonna have you all go ahead and pick up a backpack. You're gonna write your issue on both of your rocks.
This is getting into very dangerous territory here. It sounds like you're trying to just get them to argue with rocks. I don't know if this is a good idea for like day one stuff, you know, maybe at the end when everybody's good, which will never happen, so let's not do anything with heavy rocks.
Today, this exercise should help them better communicate with each other in a different way than they're used to.
It's different because they are using rocks, whereas normally they're just talking without the rock. Now they have rocks, so it's gonna, listen, I'm a professional, all right? Shut up. I know what I'm talking about. My name is Heidi Clapham.
Can I pick this one?
I want a thin one.
Right, I'm picking the smallest one.
So I guess what they're supposed to be doing is writing something down on the rocks that they want to work on in the relationship, and then their partner has to carry it up the mountain, and it's supposed to represent all the unnecessary weight they're carrying around. And it's hilarious because Natalie writes access on hers, and everyone else is writing things that have to do with relationships like compassion and respect. But no, she just writes access because all she wants is to be able to see his home. She's like, I just want to not feel like a stalker in a relationship I've been in for 3 years.
What did you put? Access?
Yeah.
My problem is access to Josh's life, because for now I'm kind of blinded. I don't understand, because my boyfriend doesn't even invite me to his house.
I love how she says that as if it's only mildly concerning, like, he won't even invite me to his house. It's kind of weird, right? We've known each other for years. Meanwhile, he's planning Vegas trips with Sophie. What is that? He tries to claim that it's just because they're friends, but she doesn't seem like she wants to be friends with him. He doesn't even invite his actual girlfriend to do things. Natalie was like, wait, why didn't you ask me to go to Vegas? I would go to Vegas. It's because he doesn't enjoy her company. It sounds like their relationship is like 95% scoodly poop.
What's yours?
Transparency. Tell me yours. Because I just told you mine.
Oh shit, you better tell him.
Look at my rock. Look at my rock.
I just saw it.
He's not impressed, Sophie. He's not impressed at all. So all this knob stuff is getting a little bit old, but here's what's happening. Sophie scoodly pooped with her friend Callum a long time ago. First of all, his name is Callum, but she and her friend Callum, she and this guy lied to Rob, and they said that they had only kissed in the past a long time ago when they were kids, but it turned out it was more than that. And Sophie is like, what does it matter? It was a long time ago. We were 14. It was before I knew you. And Rob is like, it's not that. It's the fact that you lied to me. And then Sophie's like, well, it's okay because his name's Callum. Honestly, Rob's got a point. That's the sad thing. But do I even care anymore? Does anybody care at all? Should I, you know what? Let's just move on.
The name of the game here is to be able to compromise through some of these issues. If you compromise through some of these issues, you can leave your rocks there.
This guy's freaking me out.
If you can't find any compromise, those rocks are staying with you.
So basically the couple gets to decide if they compromised on something and they will leave the rock behind if that's the case. But do you really trust this guy to compromise on anything? This desert climate is about to do unspeakable things to his hair and I do not want to be around for that.
I can, but he's gonna be horrible the whole time.
Okay, Rob, come over here.
Rob, get your ass over
It's
here.
funny that she rides compassion on her rock and has zero for me. She's been lying to me about at least one thing this entire time.
So next we're gonna swing back to Ari and Bini and she's really trying to force him to hold her hand and he's like, I guess this is what I gotta do to get my social media back. I have to hold my wife's hand and show her affection? This sucks.
I wrote affection. Like, for example, you know, when I go to grab your hand, you know, like sometimes you pull away, or when you came to meet me, you just shook my hand, you didn't hug me, you know, but you hugged everybody else and I'm your wife.
Oh God, see, what does that tell you right there? It's lost, it's over. He does not like you. I mean, I've seen a lot of relationships on this show. There's very few of them that would refuse to hug each other, even at their worst. I mean, I understand things aren't good right now, but how hard is it to hug the mother of your children? I think maybe he was just angry at her about the social media and wanted to show her that, and then she's like, oh, screw you then, I'm not gonna give your social media back, and then it's just gonna be this endless cycle.
Oh, like, hey, they like
Come on,
that,
just-
like they're just playing and joking around.
No,
Will you
just-
do that for me?
No, just I'm tired. Just.
Honey, see, like, for example, what they're doing, baby? That would mean a lot to me.
Oh God, this is so awkward. First of all, don't let Florian and Stacy be an example for your marriage. Don't worry about them. Leave that to Darcy. Right now I'm getting flashbacks to the Albania trip when she tried to do everything that Florian and Stacy were doing with Tom.
Okay, you want to do this?
Yeah, I want to do that.
What? Oh.
That looked terrible. Okay, now I'm just getting flashbacks to when Luke Skywalker had Yoda on his back and he was like hopping around all over the place on Dagobah. So anyway, they do this for like 10 seconds and then Benny's like, ow, there's a rock poking me in the back. And it's like, maybe you should take the backpack off first. Why did she try to jump on him with the backpack on?
No, get down. The stone is poking me. No, the stone is behind the stone.
Okay, come on, let's try it again.
Okay, let's go, come in.
No, I'll put the backpack on.
It's fine,
No,
it's fine.
I'm not gonna continue. Give me the backpack.
Damn it, Benny, we're not going anywhere until we have some fun. Now let me get on your back. I better hear some laughs. I better see a smile, all right? Just like Florian did it. Come on. Hey, maybe there's an Instagram password in it for you.
No, this is what I'm talking about. This is ridiculous.
I'm just tired.
Okay, well, guess what? You're a baby.
Okay, I'm just tired.
I don't think he likes you.
So sorry, I feel like we started something.
You didn't do anything. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's all Starcy's fault.
It's a form of affection.
It's like pulling teeth just to get him to show some basic level of affection.
We feel for other people, kind of like the mom and dad of the group.
Even Florian is like, yeah, no. What are you talking about? Anyway, I know we're kind of moving at a snail's pace here, but that is the end of this video. But don't worry, because I'll be back again very shortly. Thank you everyone for watching again and for being patient while I take forever to upload. Also, keep in mind, I do have a Patreon where I have a lot more videos that are way longer than the ones on YouTube. But yeah, I think that's about it. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time.
That you were gonna be an amazing husband, a father to my children, blah, blah, blah.
I have been amazing. You don't appreciate anything.
No, you brought me
That's
here.
the problem.
You're the biggest scammer in the world.